Good evening, YouTube. Here in my hands, I have a jar of green beans that were canned in May of 1998. Can you see the date on that lid? And the reason I know that they were canned in May is because that's when green beans become mature here. My mother, God rest her soul, canned these beans. Now, are they good? I don't know. I'd like to find somebody out there that would help me by testing these green beans for botulism. I would like to open these beans and test them for botulism. Now, it does not say what kind of lid is on here. I'm gonna wipe away the dust. Let me give you some background on this. Okay, this is my mother and father's house, home. This is their home. In 1998, I lived next door in a trailer house, and we had everything we needed to garden with. And my mom come to me, she said, "Chris, I got a bag of beans here. I want you to plant these. I want you to make some rows. I want you to plant these." And and she says, "I just want to see if they'll come up. If they come up, we're going to eat them." And it was a bag of beans from the grocery store. She knew they'd come up. She wanted to prove to me that they'd come up. Now, this has no name. The lid has no name on it, so I don't know if it was a Golden Harvest lid, a Kerr lid, a Ball lid, or anything like that. There's some rust marks on the ring, and just for old time's sake, let's see if we can get this open. Show you a little trick to opening these. We don't have to run this water until it gets extremely hot. When metal gets hot, it expands. I know. I need some lighting. Guys, if y'all feel free, y'all can send me some lighting through my Amazon wish list. There will be some lighting I'd like to have. I would like to have some lighting. If you guys have a little extra money, y'all want to send me some prizes or presents or whatever you want to call them. Run this under here for a few minutes. Then feel free to go to my Amazon wish list, and you can find the address, and you can find what you want to purchase and send to me. I'd love to have one of those halo lights that would throw some light on this place to where I can see how easy that come loose. Okay. There is no rust, no discoloration of that lid at all. There is some rust, just a little bit, on the ring, which has been on there since 1998. This is 2022, December, or not, excuse me, I'm ahead of myself. It is November of 2022. How long is that? 24 years? For real? I mean, my mama passed away in 2000, or in 1999, so she's been gone 23 years. So let's test that seal. It's still sealed. It's still sealed. Sealed well. So I would say that there's no air in those green beans. Now, did she pressure can these? I don't know. I can't say that for a fact, because I don't, unless she borrowed a pressure canner. I don't know. I don't think so. But I do remember picking quite a bit of green beans, and she put up quite a bit of green beans, and she also made a lot of bread and butter pickles. And those bread and butter pickles, we had a barbecue here in 2008. I want to say it was 2008. Mom had been gone for a long time. And it was like, my whole family was here. It was a birthday party for my dad. And I remember opening up a jar of those pickles, pulling them out of the cabinet down here. And I said, look here what I've got. I've got some pickles that Mama made. It would almost be like Mama was here, wouldn't it? And my oldest brother, he said, are those Mama's pickles? I said, yes, they're Mama's pickles. He said, did Mama make those? I said, yes, she sure did. I said, look here at the date on the lid. I said, it's 1998, something like, yeah, I believe it was 1998 also. And he said, I'll eat some of them. He said, if they're sealed, I'll eat some of them. And I cracked the seal open and smelled them, and they smelled good. And we sat here, and the whole family sat here, and everybody, I mean, it wasn't like we reached in there and just dug them out of there and hoarded them up. It was like everybody got a few, and so everyone here could share in that same occasion, and no one got sick. No one got sick. I mean, that was 10 years after the fact. After they were made, those pickles were still good. This right here, I would thoroughly enjoy having someone from a university, like Stephen F. Austin University, or maybe Texas A&M University, to test this and tell me if it was safe or not. Now, I wouldn't eat them because they are 23 years old. They are 23 years old, and the ones on top are dark looking, you know, and but they were kept in a dark place. That cabinet down there is dark. And so, I mean, I just really, really, really like to know. So anybody that has any contacts, I will contact my niece. She has a PhD that she earned through Texas A&M, and through I don't know if it's biology, department, through their horticultural department, because I believe it was horticultural department that she went through and got her PhD there. And I might just call her in just a little bit and see if she could possibly make some arrangements for me to get these tested under a microscope, because I'd like to know if there's any botulism in there, or if there is any living microorganism in there that would make a person sick. It's not every day that you find a can of beans that's been in a cabinet for 23 years and and it's still sealed. It's not. I mean, it's like a gold mine sitting right there in front of me. I'm gonna see if I can make this happen, and if I can make it happen, I will let you guys in on the results, because this interests me. This interests me quite a bit. Personally, I won't keep any canned goods over about 3 or 4 years. I try to eat mine on the 3rd year. You know, if I don't have to get into them before then. Depends on how hungry we get and, you know, how good a crop we have. But I always try to put up 2 or 3 cases of green beans. And I like green beans. I eat green beans quite regular. And I like to grow the red beans, the little Cajun red beans. They make the long and wide country, what they call country cut beans. And Dole puts them out in cans, and they're called the country cut beans. And country cut green beans. And I love them. I love them. But I have taken to really liking, I really like the yellow wax beans also. I like to grow some of each. That way I'm not limited to what I have to eat. You know, I like a little variety. So, I mean, a green bean's a green bean, but there are differences. There's difference in texture. There's difference in flavor. And difference in color. They look a little different. And something else that's really neat is you can mix them, and you have a different. I mean, it adds a different flavor and a different texture to your what would you call it, your menu. That's not really the word I'm looking for, but it does. I mean, it adds a little difference to your menu. So kind of like mixed greens do, to instead of just having straight collards or straight mustards or turnip greens or even kale or anything else. A nice mixed green is good on occasions. Yes, they're excellent. I love them. I love greens. So anyway, I found these up underneath the cabinet the other day, and it's like, I'm not throwing these out. This is an old mason jar. It's a Golden Harvest jar. So I'd be willing to bet that my mother bought Golden Harvest jars with rings and lids. I'd be willing she went to the store and bought a couple cases of them. And she put those beans up, and she put up pickles, and we had tomatoes that year. She taught me how to make tomato juice. There was a few things that she did teach me. I did listen. Yes, I did. I told her, I said, Mom, I don't ever see myself canning or anything else like that. And she said, Chris, it's a skill you should know. And she said, as much as you like to garden and as much as you garden, you need to know how to put this stuff up. I'm not going to be here forever. And she was 100% right, and she knew she was right, and I knew she was right also, because, well, let's face it, she had been smoking cigarettes since she was about 14 years old, and she was 61 years old then, and she was on oxygen. Yeah. So, I mean, her life was a give and take all the time. She'd have, oh man, it was bad. I hope I'm not getting that bad. But anyway, yeah, she was a blessing to have. Right, if it wasn't for her, I'd probably be still out crazy as a loon. Anyway, if you guys know anybody that can test this, that I can send it to and test it, that will include me on the in the process in some way, like a FaceTime while they're doing it. Golly, that would be so awesome. Anyway, I'm going to put these back up underneath the cabinet until that time. Who knows? We might have to eat these next month.